Have you ever met someone who never posts anything, never has a story up, never shows off their achievements, but when you see them in real life, their life is shockingly put together? They're calm, financially stable, career on track, mentally peaceful, and you're just like, how? You don't even exist on the internet. Meanwhile, there are people who post 24/7, a new life update every few hours, always announcing a new project, a new milestone, a new hustle. But the more perfect the feed looks, the more tired their eyes look. We live in a weird world. If you're silent, they call you insecure. If you don't post, they assume you have nothing going on. If you don't follow trends, they say you're falling behind. But the funny thing is, the quiet ones are usually the ones who are actually winning. If you think quiet people are weak, wait for it. Sometimes the ones who move the slowest are the strongest ones in the room. And if we look closer, their silence has a very powerful reason behind it. Point 1. They don't crave validation. Some people can't eat without taking a picture first, can't enjoy a vacation without posting every minute, can't work at a cafe without making sure the coffee cup is in the frame. But the quiet ones? If they're eating good food, they eat. If they're traveling, they enjoy. If they're working, they focus. Not because they're ashamed, not because they have nothing to show, but because their life is not content. Their life is their life. Their confidence doesn't need applause. They can look at themselves and say, I'm proud of who I'm becoming, without needing strangers to confirm it. The loudest I'm happy online is often coming from the people who are desperately trying to convince themselves. Point 2. They trade attention for peace. We live in a generation where, if nobody sees it, it doesn't count. But emotionally mature people think differently. If too many people see it, it stops being safe. They don't want their joy to become a competition. They don't want their relationships to become entertainment. They don't want their success to turn into a scoreboard. They protect their peace the same way others protect their image. Attention is addictive, and some people are so addicted to attention, they've forgotten what it feels like to be loved without an audience. Point 3. They're not missing, they're mastering. Silence isn't the absence of activity, it's the presence of focused work. Quiet seasons are where the real grind happens. They're learning, they're building, they're correcting themselves, they're failing and trying again privately. Meanwhile, some people announce every tiny move. Guys, I'm about to start something big. Stay tuned. And the project never happens because the attention from the announcement already satisfied them. The quiet one day they just show up and they're different because from day one they were building, not broadcasting. Point 4. They're lone wolves by choice. They're not antisocial. They're not cold. They're not avoiding people for aesthetic reasons. They're selective because they know. The more access people have to you, the more chaotic your mind becomes. Opinions, comparisons, drama, jealousy, expectations, it drains you. That's why they choose to be present, but not available to everyone. Lone wolves don't chase the pack. They build their own path until the pack eventually follows it. Emotional support. If you're in a quiet chapter right now, if you've stepped away from posting, if you're focused on yourself, if you're rebuilding your life privately, listen closely. You are not disappearing. You are evolving. You are not unseen. You are protecting what matters. You are not falling behind. You are getting ahead quietly. You don't need to shout to be powerful. You don't need to be seen to be significant. You don't need to prove anything to the world, only to yourself. If you're choosing peace over attention, growth over performance, and privacy over validation, you're not alone. Some of the strongest, wisest, and most successful people in the world started exactly where you are, in silence. And one day, when the time is right, the world will notice, without you having to try to be noticed.